When asked about my major, I generally receive a blank look, or even the question, what is materials science and engineering? This question used to trouble me, as the breadth of the subject is quite large, and my answer about metals and ceramics induced many glazed expression. I found it staggering and perhaps a bit insulting that so many failed to find the study of application of materials interesting. However, I realized I was not conveying the magic properly with my informational pitch, because I had left out the key point that draws materials scientists back to the lab day after day. I had left out the possibilities. Materials science is interesting in that the base matter, such as rocks and air, have been around all along, but the products have changed rather drastically since those days. It creates a feeling that infinite capability can be unlocked with the plethora of tools that we have here on the planet, if one only knows how to use them correctly. The modern materials scientist is an optimist in that regard, believing that there is always more to know, and that he or she can access it with clever thinking and a knowledge of the tools. I myself am one of those optimists. I had left out the possibilities in my description of materials science because they are before me all the time, inspiring me to think of ways that I can change the world. Whenever I notice a pothole in the road, or I hear the shortcomings of the current renewable energy resources, or have a cell phone battery that dies exasperatingly early, I cannot help but wonder if there is a materials solution to that problem that I or one of my colleagues will find. This illustration summarizes my professional goals quite well. I would like to be a professional problem solver with a toolbox of materials and my knowledge of how they work. I know that the toolbox is deep with many options for me. If I reach deep enough, I might even discover one that has never been used before. My knowledge is very important, as one is limited by the shortcomings in his or her knowledge. That is where my course of study steps in, to enable me to exceed my previous boundaries. The increase in my knowledge since beginning my education at college has truly affected the way I view life. I understand that phones die quicker in the cold since the capacitors inside are based largely off of barium titanate, for which the dielectric constant is much lower, below 5 degrees Celsius. I understand that toothpaste takes the plaque off teeth but does not harm the tooth because the primary constituent of bones and teeth is the mineral apatite, which has a Mohs hardness of 5. I know that an ultrasound probe can both send and detect sound waves because it uses a piezoelectric material. I feel like I have come a long way, and I am only in my sophomore year. However, as my knowledge increases, so do my inquisitive thoughts. The questions pile up, which is fine because I am surrounded by very knowledgeable people in the scientific community, and they are quick to encourage my knowledge and answer my questions. They know that someday I may be collaborating alongside them as I join forces with industry or academic research. Some of the questions I have do not have answers yet. That's where I will come in someday as a professional problem solver among infinite possibilities.